Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. We're taking a look at everything that's going down in our world of sports, particularly everyone talking about the World Cup. The Nigerian Football Federation, too, at their meeting, the World Cup took most part of the discussions. They're saying we're satisfied at the way the Super Eagles are getting ready for the World Cup. I want to thank everyone that has supported the Super Eagles qualification and preparation for the World Cup in Russia. So the World Cup is serious business. Let's talk about the CAF Confederation Cup now. You know the story. I said it at the start of the program, but just in case you didn't hear. Enyimba Football Club, they are the only Nigerian team that is remaining in the CAF Confederation Cup. There were 4 at the start. Pt.1 United crashed out. Then Aqua United followed, and then MFM followed. But let's just run through the results. Enyimba, despite not scoring a goal in Calabar today, and they took on Bidvest of South Africa because they played 1-1 in the first leg. They went through on away goals. Yeah. So it's important to take a chance when you have it. Aqua United, it's important to take a chance. Football is all about taking chances. Aqua scored 3 goals. They won by 3-1, but they had to consider. Aqua will just concede at home. And that was their undoing. It ended 3-3 against Al Hilal, but it wasn't good enough to take them to the next round, because Al Hilal, that goal they scored right here was enough to take them through. Joliba AC of Mali and MFM, same story. MFM lost the first leg right here in Lagos by a single goal. They went to Mali and they played goalless, but that away goal was just good enough to take Joliba to the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. Joseph, listen. On social media, when Pt.2 United crashed out, football followers in the country, because it's a concern. Yeah, they needed to understand what's going on. And in most cases, when you go for this sort of competition, analysts, pundits, spokespersons like you come out to say it's a reflection of your league football. Yeah. Now, take Enyimba, for instance. Imagine Enyimba playing in Aba on a good playing turf with their fans out there singing, supporting them. They will not struggle against Bidvest that they played 1-1 with. So there are a lot of things we need to look at these competitions and come back to start putting in our league football.
Absolutely. You know, that of Enyimba really gives me a lot of concern. About over a month ago, the NFF chairman was there, Amaju Pinnick, spoke to the Okeze Ikpeazu, and he said in less than a few months, the stadium will be ready. Enyimba has been playing away from home for over a season. I wonder what they are really building in that stadium that they've not been able to complete. It's very, very disturbing. The way they've been able to even pull off the result they have, to be able to come third in the league, is something that is extraordinary to me. If Enyimba had played Bidvest at home at Aba, the result would have been different. Enyimba at home at Aba, they are something else. They are phenomenal. They are fired up. I mean, you cannot take away the importance of the 12th man, which is the spectator on the field. You know, helping to cheer you up. You know, trying as much as possible to frustrate, you know, the away team. It is what the North Africans have used against our teams. You know, that's why they will just come here and try as much as we possibly get it. But because they know that once we go to their place, once we get there, all manner of antics, both on and off the field antics,
you saw what Eto'o did to Pt.2, all sorts of lasers, the crowd shouting.
And you realize that most times they concede the goals in less than
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Pt.2 was down by 3 goals.
That's the thing. The pressure, the intimidation that comes with it. We've not been able to take advantage of that. Immediately they said they were going to play at the Agege Stadium, I knew they were in crisis. Because there was no way they were going to get Lagos crowd behind them. There's no, you know, so many things.
Enyimba has made it to the group stage, despite all odds. They are in the group stage. Pt.2 United, because people don't know that it goes beyond dress up and come and kick ball. You see, that's not what gets it wrong. Pt.2 United, for instance, we love what they did with the league when they became champions. But for your league champion to go out of the way they did in the CAF Confederation Cup, then you must ask questions. First and first, everyone involved with league football in Pt.2 United should sit down and have a meeting and say, what was in perimeter fencing that we couldn't do at that stadium? No, first they should just question themselves.
It's just, the whole thing is a total mess. is very, very disappointing, quite frankly. The way they've gone about their campaign this season has been very, very disappointing. I mean, losing 4-0 the way they did.
You qualified.
Qualified.
You won the league.
When I saw the result,
you knew you were going to play on the continent. We were excited. You moved to a new stadium. As basic as dressing room. You see, we're not ready. We think this thing is just football. We take off the professional that is in it.
You know,
Joseph,
I think the NFF has to.
What's the website of Plateau United? Aqua United. You see, we're not ready. We are not ready. We think it's just about coming out to play football. What is it that the club has as philosophy that can intimidate their opponents?
Do you know that when they played Etoile actually sent a meteorologist to Kano to go and check the weather to see if it will be conducive? And even the jersey they wore in their game against Plateau United in Kano was designed specially to be able to, to be able to, to be something that will not give them any additional burden. So there's a lot of packaging arrangement that helps in leveling the playing field. But if you just look at the football alone, I mean, other teams will just catch up. I think the NFF partly will have to take the blame for this. Because I said something like that. The reason why Eyimba has a lot of experience on the continent. Yes. They do. And when they won the league, I mean, when they won the Champions League, they had a governor who had a deep pocket. He was really, really neck deep into, assisted them greatly. But this time around, Plateau doesn't have that kind of support across board in terms of infrastructure and,
But it is what you saw, you read, Joseph. Plateau United was about getting a fan base. They won the league. And truly, everyone admired the way they won the league. They played well away from home. They showed good character. They got some points also. We applauded Coach Kennedy Boboya and his technical crew for their technical superiority. And so, we've done that with football. The parts that they needed to do, for instance, administratively, understanding players' welfare.
I was happy when they played the first game they played, the Cameroonian team. They went out to scout 2 weeks to the match. I'm not sure they did it with other teams, and the result is quite evident. When you start playing North Africans, a lot of factors come into play. Those ones, they understand not just the football, but the sports science involved, infrastructure. They know how to package themselves. You come to their stadium, they intimidate you with all manner of things. And if you don't have that experience, and again, when you are going on the continent, Austin, you need to even get players, although they have the likes of